When duty scatters a man but he plants his family in one place, there is a quiet sacrifice many public servants make. Soldiers, police officers, customs officers, civil administrators, and even diplomats. Their work demands movement. Postings change at short notice. Transfers come suddenly. Stability is a luxury. So the man makes what he believes is a wise decision. I'll keep my family in one location for the sake of the children's education and my wife's career. I will move alone. On paper, it looks responsible. In reality, it carries invisible, damaging, and destructive consequences that will erode all their efforts during their years of service. The early years, stability for them, loneliness for him. The children grow up in one school. The wife builds a perfect career. The home becomes geographically stable, but a source of instability creeps in quietly. The man becomes a visitor in his home. Major decisions are taken in his absence. The wife learns to function independently, and the children bond most strongly with the constant parent. At first, it feels manageable. He sends money, he visits over weekends and during leave. He provides, yet presence is more powerful than provision. The gradual shift in authority. Over time, subtle shifts occur. The wife becomes the operational head of the household. The children consult her first on everything. Discipline styles differ between the visiting father and the resident mother. Emotional intimacy weakens between husband and wife. The man believes he is sacrificing for the family. The family slowly reorganizes around his absence or even excluding him from the equation. He is only remembered when money is needed. Retirement, the collision of two worlds. Then comes the moment of proof, retirement. He returns home not as a visitor, but as a permanent resident. But the home he left years ago no longer exists in the same form. The wife has built routines without him, some with minefields. She has mastered independence. The children are now older, sometimes adults. The financial flow has reduced at a time when the wife is at the peak of her career and probably making more money. He dare not ask for financial assistance. His authority feels unfamiliar or begins to wane. He expects reintegration while she experiences disruption. This is where friction begins. Now, there are four major sources of persistent friction. 1. Control versus independence. The man wants to reclaim leadership. The wife resists sudden control after years of autonomy. In spite of his financial provision, she claims presence is better than money. But is she wrong? 2. Discipline gap. He wants military-style order. The children are used to flexibility, but a rigid monster has stepped in. 3. Financial adjustment. Income may reduce after retirement, and the wife's contribution may now be central. This shift in power creates power dynamics and pushes it to the precipice. The current equation nullifies all their years of sacrifice. After all, I used to have a story, unwritten history, oral tradition. 4. Emotional distance. Years of physical absence created emotional gaps that money could not fill. The home is strengthened in spite of the sacrifices. Who cares about your money? The psychological reality. The mind feels unappreciated, replaced, irrelevant, and disrespected. The wife feels interrupted, micromanaged, unrecognized, and unappreciated for holding the home together, pressured to submit to a structure she overgrew. Both are wounded. Both believe they sacrificed more. The hard truth. Long-term physical absence does not pause family dynamics. It reshapes them. A home adapts to whoever is present. By the time the man returns permanently, he is not returning to the same emotional territory he left. Here are 5 guides or strategic adjustments that are required. 1. Re-entry must be gradual. Retirement should not mean instant takeover. Observe first, which amounts to standing on one leg in your house, the house you built from your sweat and blood. Understand the existing structure before making changes. But the dilemma is, soldiers are trained to dominate. 2. Honor the wife's years of leadership. Public acknowledgement matters. She carried the home. That must be respected. But a woman who is poised to undermine the returnee does not value such gesture. 3. Rebuild emotional intimacy before authority. Leadership in family flows from connection, not from rank, not even money. 4. Establish joint decision making. Not I am back, things will change. But how do we move forward together? However, very few women honor this position. 5. Create shared projects. Start something together. A business. A disrespectful woman would not value your leadership in spite of your experience. A ministry. A disrespectful woman will gaslight you into despair. Community involvement. A disrespectful woman will disgrace you in front of your community, thereby silencing you forever. Family meetings. A power-conscious woman will challenge your leadership at every twist and turn. However, everything being equal, shared purpose reduces friction. Now, prevention for younger public servants. For those still in service, it is very easy and convenient to say, my own retirement will be different. I tell you, you don't know your wife until you lose your job, which is your only symbol of authority in your home. Even if she's a marriage counselor, her attitude will erode all what marriage stands for. So, visit consistently, not just financially. Maintain emotional intimacy with your wife. Stay involved in decision making. Use technology to stay present. Prepare for retirement psychologically, not just financially. Provision without presence creates imbalance. Above all, while in service, move with your family from station to station. This was the norm in time past, which accounts for why barrack children speak numerous languages. A career woman will resist this, but it is better to move with the children and get a nanny to cater for their needs. Or marry a non-career woman. Better still, marry 2 wives. One at the permanent base, one who is highly mobile. Or be poised to marry a retirement wife and build a new life so that you can live long. Final reflection. A man's absence, even when noble, rewrites family structure. Retirement does not automatically restore the past. A wise man returning home does not demand position. He earns influence again through patience, humility, and emotional maturity. But a treacherous wife will challenge your patience and humility to dangerous limits. If the children are grown up, arrange a different home for yourself. If your wife is still working, visit her when convenient. Women do not know how to process leaving their husband at home and returning to meet him at home as a matter of routine. Create an alternative place of work for yourself where you can disappear to during working hours, even if it is without pay, but pretend to your wife that it is a well-paying job. For those yet to start a family, ensure all your children stand on their own by the time you turn 60. So, your survival mood will not affect too many people. This means 2 or 3 children beginning at age 30. But here is the paradox of a working man. Will a man work forever? When will he rest? When will he enjoy the fruit of his labor? Is public service a cause or a mistake? Let's have your response in the comment section.